Hi everybody, I'm Big Luca. I am one of the highest paid online marketing consultants in the world. The combined revenue generated by my students is in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and today I would like to explain to you how you can make $100,000 profit a month by selling info products. So I have the list here on my computer. Let's start. So the first thing I'd like to pass on to you and to teach you is that you need to have multiple products. So there is a lot of people trying to make a lot of money with only one product. And maybe you've heard about Evergreen funnel and scaling up just one product and try to scale it up to the moon. Now, in my experience, while this is obviously possible, for example, in the US market, it's actually quite impossible to do it in the European market. It's not advisable to do it. Why? You need more products so you can have less customers. It is much easier to upsell people. It is much easier to cross-sell people. And you get to a point in which you cannot scale that one product any further and you're desperate because now it takes time to prepare more products. After you've scaled up one product, what you're going to sell people, okay? You can't sell anything more. It is much easier to have 3 products and to upsell and cross-sell customers if you're looking at making $100,000 profit a month or more than having one product. There are systemic problems about 180s, okay, when it comes to one product, and I'll make more YouTube videos about this, but essentially, when you're selling information, the information that you can actually teach is finite, okay? It's not infinite. So it has a end, it has a beginning and an end. And what you don't want to do is to teach a very comprehensive course and you don't have anything more to sell. What people try to do is to sell courses plus the mastermind. So basically they try to offset the money they're not making or they're wasting sometimes actually with their Evergreen funnel and then upsell people on a mastermind. While this works, there is a huge gap between somebody paying a $2,000 product and then you want to get them into $25,000 mastermind. Okay, you're not monetizing the people that maybe have $5,000 to spend, $10,000 to spend, $15,000 to spend, who knows. If you don't have anything in between, your salespeople, which we're going to talk about in a second, cannot bundle products in a way in which you have products to sell and they have money to spend, okay? So you never meet in between. It's either you buy this product or nothing more. Not only is it a problem of price, it is actually a problem of what happens if you're selling a course and somebody wants to buy a coaching product or a mastermind. Now, if you want to make a lot of money, sooner or later, you need to have multiple products. There is also another problem. If your single product stops selling, which by the way, it happens, okay, what you're going to do, there is nothing to touch, there is nothing to modify. Well, the product just died, and now you have to create another product because you have a problem, you're not selling it anymore, and you were not expecting this. A lot of people don't know this, by the way. They say, well, I've created a course. There is no such a thing as a single course. And by the way, you're leaving so much money on the table, it's ridiculous, okay? So I'm talking about $100,000 profit, but maybe you can make $2 million profit a month. How can you do it if they don't have anything more to buy? So don't make this mistake, have multiple products. The other point is the team. So I wrote on my Word document, no single person. So people get involved with online marketing and info marketing, and they think that online marketing means info marketing, and they call it digital marketing. There's a lot of confusion in the market. But anyway, so they get involved with, I want to make money online because people sell them laptop lifestyle. And what is that? You can basically be your own boss. And you can lay on a beach in Thailand and just sip mojito and the money rolls in. Of course, it's all bullshit because it doesn't happen, right? I mean, you can have it for a month, you need a team. I mean, it's much more difficult and less sexy than people make it out to be. But especially they want to be their own boss. So people leave their job and they become their own boss. What they don't get is that if you want to make a lot of money, and I'm talking about real millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars a year profit, because profit is what counts, you need to become an entrepreneur. And a company with, by the way, a single product and without a team is not even a company, all right? It's a one-man band. A one-man band loses. You will lose sleep, for example. You will lose sanity. You cannot do everything on your own. Now, you can start, certainly, on your own. You cannot hire a team because you don't have anything to delegate to them, and you don't know how to outsource things to them because you don't know what you should be outsourcing or how. Right? But the thing is that if you want to make real money, and people that make real money, quote unquote, on the internet, we have a huge team, right? I have around 30 people working for me, and we are expanding our team. I had so many as 45 that we cut it back to around 25, right? It's not like a Microsoft huge operation, but I have a CEO, I have managers, I have copywriters. We're going to talk about them. On this point, actually, so yeah, for example, let me explain to you the structure of the big Luca international company. There's me, I'm the founder, I'm the president, I'm the chairman, define me how you please. I don't work operationally in my business, okay? I do these YouTube videos, I record some courses, I do private consulting, okay, for $25,000 a day, but I am not involved in the day-to-day operation because I have an amazing team. I have, first of all, a CEO, right? Then under the CEO, there is the copywriting team manager, the manager of the copywriting department, right, or division. Then I have the marketing manager that oversees, first of all, the entire marketing operation, the media buying, prices and everything concerned with lead generation and how do we get clients and monetize them. I then have my sales coach, right, who's actually my CEO. He does both things because he's very good at it, and he earns double. And then I have 5 salespeople. I have then a social media marketing team with a manager. I have a software team because we run our own proprietary platform. Right? I haven't spoken English in a while, so I will be a little bit rusty in producing these videos. I've been away from the US market for a while, and I have been focusing on the European market and getting amazing results, and now getting back into the US market. So, my English is all messed up. So you will need to have a team. All right, now you can have a huge team, you can have a small team, but you will have people working for you. The CEO is especially important. Now, this is not a video to teach you how to structure your company. I will produce videos about this in the coming days, but some people, for example, never get to the point in which they have a CEO. So they have to manage all the managers. Some people don't even have managers. They have operatives, right? So they will have their media buyer that buys traffic and is really good technically, right? Is really good with Facebook and AdWords and everything. There will be somebody writing copy. Maybe some people write copy themselves. I'm talking about people with a team. And but you need to oversee everything. So basically, you spend 20 hours a day. Passive income and the beaches in Thailand are real far. So you need to have a team if you want to make a lot of money, and especially if you want for it to be sustainable, and you want to have a good life. You will work mentally, okay, when you have a team, but you need to be in a situation in which you're laying in bed sick, and your company will upsell client, cross-sell client, will generate leads. They know what to do without you telling them to do it. That's very important. 99% of quote-unquote info marketers never get there because they're info marketers and not entrepreneurs. Okay? So that's very important. I will produce more videos about the team. You'll not make a lot of money without a team, all right? So this thought of being alone, right? Copywriting, for example, I had got to the point, my company had 13 copywriters, by the way. So copywriting is a bottleneck. How can you launch offers? How can you modify offers and test which one works the best if nobody's writing copy, or if only you are writing copy? There is simply too much copy to write. And despite what you may have been led to believe, that you can have an evergreen funnel and that everything takes care of itself, it doesn't, okay, for the most part. Especially if you want to maximize profit. You want to make 20% of the money you could be making, which is not my business. I'm in the business of helping you maximizing profit and money, to the highest level. You need to have a lot of copy. You need to modify offers. You need to rewrite sales page. If you do product launches, which, by the way, you should consider in your arsenal. I did one of the biggest product launch in the world, by the way, for my niche. In 14 days, we made 860,000 euros, which is tiny bit short of $1 million with an online marketing course, and that was done in 14 days. 850,000 of that was cash collected, and then the other part of the revenue came in the other month. It was called the product was called "I'm Your Papi," or "I'm the Papi." All right, it was it was in the Italian market. Yeah. So you need to have a team, right? You need to sell high-ticket products, okay? You will not get very far with low-ticket products. Now, different niches, different products, and different prices, okay? So in the fitness niche, for example, if you have a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month membership for $300, $600, $1,200 or something, that is a very good price point. If in my market, for example, which is the online marketing/marketing space, if you only have $27 products, you will not go very far. Unfortunately, people sometimes from the outside see quote-unquote marketers sell low-hanging fruits, we call them that, which are low-ticket products that generate a customer base that we can then upsell. Now, what people don't see is what happens behind the scenes. This is, for example, people doing book funnels, because they say, well, listen, that guy's got a book funnel, and so I should have a book funnel. Well, okay, so they write a book, for example. Horrific mistake. You can write books later on. There are things to take care of before you write a book. I have a book, but by the way, it's the Italian language. We're going to translate it sooner or later. And so, but they don't see what happens in the back end, right? Which, by the way, this leads me to something I skipped. Is the next part. So you need to have high ticket products, and you need to find a way to have a lot of products with a lot of prices in order to be able to bundle them over the phone, which is the next point. So to make the sweet spot of the client pocket-wise. So let me give you an example. If somebody phones up your company, because I'm sure you have a toll-free number and there is people available to take phone calls like a serious company, right? Okay, I'm just joking, guys. And they want to buy. They want to get informed about your company. They are an entrepreneur. They've seen your videos online. They say, well, listen, I have a business and there is this big local online telling me these sort of things. How can your company help me? Do you have products? Because I'd like to learn. And you don't want to be in a very uncomfortable position of a very deep pocketed guy and you don't have products to sell them, which could offset the money you're not making on the other products, or by the way, the money you're losing on the front end, should you have a big enough operation. I don't advise to lose money on the front end with little product when you're starting out, okay? But there are situations in which that's the natural progression, all right? Because there will be people that simply will not buy your $2,000 products. They want to start with something for $100, and there is a big enough market portion that will never buy a $2,000 product. Do you want to miss out on $300 sales? You can do it if you only want to make $100,000 profit a month. If you want $1 million profit, you need to take everything, of course, within your space. You want to put your brand on everything else. But like, if you're an entrepreneur or self-employed person, and you want to learn how to make a lot of money, then I'm your guy, we're your company, and we should have products for you. That's pretty much, the point. And so you want to have masterminds, you want to have $100,000. I mean, we sell things for $100,000 to $200,000, right? And you also want things for the more cautious spenders, right? And you need to transact over the phone. So I've mentioned the phone, which is the following point. My computer keeps coming like it's shutting down. I usually don't use a computer. I should have printed it. So the fifth point is sales people, not just funnels. So there is this perversion online of people saying everything should be automated, because again, they have this image of laying in Thailand, right? I don't have anything against Thailand, by the way. Sipping a mojito, and somehow they have to do something passive, right? So after they have touched it, and they have engineered it, the funnel, the automated webinar, the whatever, right? Sales should occur automatically. That is not the case, guys. Big boys, we use the phone, right? You will not sell very expensive products with a button, right? Some people will buy a $25,000 mastermind or a very expensive mattress, because we serve a lot of people in the brick and mortar space, okay? But for the most part, sales are made interacting, all right? On the phone, in person. We use the phone, for example. You can do what's called a strategic call on something like Zoom. Doesn't really make a difference, okay? But you should have a sales team. I mean, you're selling something. How do you explain you don't have a sales team? Doesn't really make sense. Companies have sales team because there's people on the phone selling, right? It's different than sending an email. Of course, there is email, quote unquote, marketing. I don't really agree with the definition, but anyway, email marketing, right? But you need to have people on the phone transacting with clients, selling them, upselling them, cross-selling them, listening to their complaints, and creating a relationship. People talk about, and that is a true thing, the relationship with your list. It's not an email relationship anymore. People need to talk with real people, okay? And again, you may find yourself in a situation in which you're selling a $1,000 product, which people will buy, quote unquote, organically, that's true, but you're missing out on so many sales and especially so much money by having more products. Is this starting to make some sort of sense? Okay, again, I am not in the business of teaching you how to make a few $1,000s and go to Thailand, right? I'm in the business of making you a lot of money, right? And make you richer, even more importantly, wealthy. The last point is paid ads, right? So again, people don't want to do paid ads because they're not able to do them because they don't really know what they're doing. And so if you drive traffic into quote unquote funnels that don't work, they have a sucky copy because you don't have a copywriter, you just typed away. They don't want to burn budget, okay? Now, you can get to 100 grand profit a month organically in the US market if you have a very strong mosquito fly. By the way, try to kill that bastard like 4 times. You've seen me like running around trying to kill the mosquito. I don't know whether you're seeing it on the camera. Just come to me, baby. So if you see me like clapping my hand, it's just because I'm killing the mosquito. Right, now I'm looking at the freaking mosquito. I'm not talking to you guys anymore. Anyway, so what was I talking about? All right, paid ads. You need to be able to do paid ads and you should have a team taking care of it. Now, for example, Facebook is a freaking mess. It just is, all right? Facebook is a delinquent company. Just don't make me started on Facebook. We have so much trouble. But unfortunately, you still need Facebook. Although the role of Facebook and the importance of Facebook for lead generation is decreasing massively, especially in the US market. Okay, so US clients tell me, it's impossible. And they have colleagues in the US market and everything. I checked the situation. In Europe, this is coming now, for example. But in the US, a lot of people already tell you, Facebook just sucks. Used to be the most important thing. Right now, if we talk about social media, quote unquote, AdWords and YouTube are much more important, for example. But you need to have a team that takes care of it, right? Paid ads. You cannot scale a business without paid ads. You got to invest in advertisement, okay? This is not marketing, by the way. It's advertisement or advertisement. It depends which side of the world you're from. So these are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I will produce many more videos because again, we're branching back out into the US market and the English-speaking market. So, there is the website you can take a look at if you want to learn. I am right now in the guru space or whatever, in the online marketing expert space is the one that has made the most millionaires, I believe. It's all, on the website. Some people give us the testimonials, some people just hide because some of them don't pay any taxes, some don't want the publicity. We have anyway thousands of testimonials written, signed, with videos. It's very important for you to check the reference and testimonials because, you might be like, who's this big Luca jumping out of nowhere? I had great testimonials. I had the personal endorsement from my business partner, friend, and mentor, Dan Kennedy. I am one of the few in the world, and I have great testimonials from other US people as well, like Brian Kirst, and so on and so forth. So I can help you make more money. My company, it's a company, right? It's not just me. It's a structured, serious company, the Big Luca International Consulting. If you want help, if you have a company of any sort. So we don't just teach people how to sell courses. We are very specialized in the marketing info business space, but it's not the only one by any means. And so check out some website, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.